Hey there, viewers, and welcome back to the Southman Auto Channel. We're sitting inside the Dodge Nitro. It's got the big 4.0 in it. And there's a note on a seat. It says, "Need to see Eric at Southman Auto for broken wire to EGR. Light won't stay off. Call me with any questions." So, I'm assuming that we have some sort of EGR code. So we're going to hook up the scan tool here, which I've already ID'd the vehicle. We're going to let it pull some codes out of it and see what they are and see if we can't fix it. It's interesting enough, the other shop would have identified it as a broken wire but not fixed it. We have a P0406 EGR, or I'm sorry, exhaust gas recirculation position sensor circuit high. Okay, so that shouldn't be too bad, and that's what he said, EGR code. So while we're right here, we will pop into some data. I will find some of the EGR data. I'll move you guys around. I see I'm pretty dark. There you go. And see if I can get this where we can all see it. We'll go EGR. We'll customize because we only want to look at the position sensor really. So that's going to be sense volts. Duty cycle, that's probably good enough. And we'll see what it's really at. And it's not lying. It is at 5 volts. Alright, so that's not a huge ordeal. So EGR valve on this is going to be probably 5 wires, I imagine. So we're going to have a 3-wire position sensor. So 5 volts, sensor ground, and then signal wire. And then we're going to have 2 other wires that are going to open and close the EGR valve. ECM is going to control them to open and close it, and then it's going to use that 3-wire sensor to tell us, what the voltage is on it. Now, I don't know what it normally is, if it's 1.5 or 2.5 volts or whatever. It's definitely not supposed to be 5, so I really don't care about the rest of it. We'll think what can make it go 5 volts. Either A, it's unplugged, or we're missing a ground, or the signal wire could be shorted to power. Those are the 3 possibilities. Let me think about that. Yeah, so unplugged. The signal wire could be open circuited, so it could be plugged in, but the signal wire could be cut, could be shorted to voltage, or we don't have a ground. Missing ground is going to drive the sensor high. So let's get a diagram. We'll see where this thing lives. We'll get a meter. We'll do some quick checks on it, or we could just have a bad EGR valve, but I would assume that they probably would have already shot some parts at it. So let's find out. So the EGR valve on this little guy lives way down here on the back side of the engine, and it has not been replaced, which I'm pleasantly surprised. Typically when, I shouldn't say typically, more often than not, when we see one come in from another shop and it has codes for a certain item, usually that item has been replaced long before, a wiring check has been done. I think we can get to the connector on it so we can get it out, do some tests. I did get us a wiring diagram also, so we know who's who. We'll go through and check them. We'll do a bypass test on it with a test light to make sure that our 5 volt can be pulled down. And we'll see what we're missing, whether it's ground, short, wherever the case may be. So first thing first, diagram here for you guys. Let me come over here. I have to snuggle a little bit. Don't mind me getting too close to you. So here's our EGR valve, and I was right, it is a 5-wire sensor. So here we have our 3 wires, our signal wire, and then power and ground, or one of them's going to be one or the other. We'll have to take a look and see. And then we have our control solenoid, which has a full-time ground, and then this wire here, pin 5, this dark blue with violet, that's going to be the control from the ECM. That's what's going to open and control this EGR valve. So we can easily, even though it shouldn't have any role or any play in this, we can check to make sure that our computer can control the EGR valve, make sure the ground there is good, but that shouldn't matter with what we're looking at, but that's easy enough to do. We've got the scan tool out. We will just take and pop back out of here. We should be able to go to a special test, and we should be able to open and close the EGR valve. I'm hoping, or I'm at least thinking that we can. And then I've just got a little test light here we'll stuff in there. Let's see, EGR, duty cycle controlled. Okay, before we do that, I do have a test light right here. Let me flip around so I can see you guys. This is hooked to battery power right now, so anything we touch that's a ground. Something shiny. Something shiny here, folks. That's the EGR tube. That's a plastic alternator. There we go. Okay, so our test light works. Technically, our black wire only black wire on there. That should be a ground. Can you see? That's this one. So that lights up. Can you see that? Where are you? There's that. Hopefully you can see that. So that's our ground. So we know our ground is good. Like I said, I don't assume or expect we're going to have any problems with the control side, but we'll find out. And then dark blue with a violet. When we find that, that's that one there. We'll very gingerly front probe it. We'll stick our test light right here. And then I think we should be able to turn this thing on, hopefully. And then our light should blink, I'm thinking. And for some reason, it isn't. I don't know why. So that's odd. I would think that it would. Let me make sure I'm in the right wires here. So the reason we can't see it with a test light is it is only commanding it on at about a 6% duty cycle. So on time anyway, so this is just measuring our off time, 93%. And I believe that's probably because it already thinks it's fully opened because our sensor has gone wonky. So either way, we know the control side of it is working. So we're gonna pull out. But it's such a low duty cycle that it, we would never see it blink that light. If we had a LED in there, we would probably see that flashing. Either case, we're skipping that for right now. We're gonna abort this test. There we go, get that to shut off. The key is still on. So at this point, we're gonna go through. Let me get I'm gonna pull some data up here so we can still see our sense voltage. While we're waiting for that to load, we need to see who's who here on the diagram. So this dark blue with light green, I assume that's gonna be our signal wire. Dark blue, light green, and it is EGR signal. And then one of these is going to be power, and I believe it's going to be the dark blue with orange. That's typical, or I'm sorry, yes, dark blue with orange. Let's follow that one. That one comes down, branches off to a bunch of stuff here. Let me just see. Yeah, that's going to be our power because that goes to a bunch of other sensors. Let me make darn sure it's not going to be the ground though. Let's check the other one. Right, well, I've got that figured out. Should have looked at that first. So first thing first, we're going to go right to the signal wire. We're going to bypass it. And that is supposed to be, I wrote right over my thing, dark blue, light green. Our test light is now hooked to battery negative. So technically, when we ground that signal wire, it should go to 0 volts. Dark blue, light green, right there. What did it do? It went to 0 volts, okay? So that tells us that that wire is good. Now, what we need to do is check. We want to make sure that we have our 5 volt supply. So we're just going to use a regular voltmeter here. And we know that the ground, one of the grounds there, the ground for the EGR control is good. So we're going to use that for a ground. So I'm going to go into the black wire. There's the black wire. We'll very gingerly front probe that. And then our 5 volt supply should be pin 2. That is something with a light green stripe. Let's see. That is brown with a light green stripe. So this should be our 5 volt supply. And we have 4.99 volts. Alright, so then our next wire is sensor ground. What do we have now? We've got some ghost voltage on there. We're going to go into sensor ground. And we've got 5 volts. In this case, there is nothing wrong with any of the wiring. There indeed is no broken wire on this vehicle. It simply has a bad EGR valve. Well, that's fun. Geez, they had me all excited. This has a bad EGR valve, folks. We just checked all 3 wires. 5 wires. Duty cycle control. It has control of it. We've checked to make sure that the 5-volt reference is good, the signal wire is good, and the ground there is good. We can't really, it's difficult to load test the ground on these because it is an ECM supplied ground. So if we wanted to make sure that ground is good, we could plug it in, back probe it, and make sure that it's good. Let's see if that's doable. Let me get it plugged back in. Easiest way to load test a sensor ground is with the load in place, which in this case is the EGR position sensor. I'm going to see if I can't get back probed into that and see what we have. So we're just doing a voltage drop test on it. I'm hooked to battery negative, and then I'm hooked to sensor ground. And you can see we're only at 9 millivolts. Now if that ground was open, we'd see some ghost voltage on there, or we'd see 5 volts in this case because the sensor's plugged in. So I recall my ghost voltage statement. We would see 5 volts because we'd have 5 volts going into the sensor. We'd have 5 volts coming out, and if there was no ground, we'd have a big voltage drop here. The difference between the negative sides here, but that's 100% confirmed. The EGR valve is junk. So I'm going to keep on motoring. You guys motor on down there to the comment section. Be sure to leave a comment, question, criticism, or concern. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching. Bonus footage, EGR valve from the mainland United States of America. Got the baby from Mopar. We've got the valve right here. We're going to plug it in. We're not even going to bother putting it on. Well, obviously we're going to put it on the vehicle. Looks like a real mother lover to do it too. And by we, I mean Jason. Well, I'm going to unplug it. I've got the key on. We're just going to stick it down here, plug the little guy in, just so we can see. I'm just going to leave it resting on the valve cover. We're going to go to our EGR valve test. Now he's just got the Alto on. This tool he likes to use. So we'll come up to get some data, EGR duty cycle, and sense voltage. You guys remember this was stuck at 5 volts. And this way here we can see what our resting voltage is. So EGR valve closed, looks like 4 volts is its happy place. And then we'll open it, let's say 50% or 47.9988, where they come up with these. And our voltage should decrease, and it does. It goes down to 1.75. Further open we go, lower the voltage on that sense circuit should go. I heard it open more, so it goes all the way down to 0.4 volts at 80% duty cycle. And we'll run her back to like 32%. Got some maybe 3 volts something, no, 2.5. And then we'll let it snap back shut. And it should go back to 4. There we go. Boom, confirmed, fixed. Why they sent it here for something with a broken wire, that's beyond me. Jason, one of the J's, is going to put this little guy on. And everything should be good, but just wanted to give you guys a follow-up to let you know we did make the right call, and used our test methods that we used to check the control side of it, which we should have used this scan tool because the Bosch would only allow us to do it at a fix like 5% or something, which wasn't enough to light a test light. This tool, I guess, we can do that method. Let me just show you real quick. We should be able to light a test light with this one. Bear with me, folks. Hold on. Because you remember in part 1 we couldn't light a test light because it wouldn't, we couldn't adjust how far open we had it. So we're going to go on the ground side, which we know we tested was good, which obviously works. And we'll go on the control side. Of course this is kind of irrelevant at this point, but we'll just, we don't want any data this time. We'll just come on here and we'll kick it at 60%. And you can see our light lights, but as we progressively go down, our light should get dimmer. So that's 32%, 15%. Now this one doesn't have the option for the 5% or whatever our other one was at. But then we go up to our full duty cycle, and that's, bright. So anyhow, that's why I tried to show you on the first one, but kind of had a little scan tool glitch there or something or other. But that's it. We're right. Have a nice day.